Respected DDG, ADG, fellow speakers, and my dear participants, a very good evening and good morning to everybody. What I am going to speak now is the innovation which we developed in our laboratory to mitigate the important pest of tropical tuber crops. As you are aware, there is a global drive to search effective or befitting alternatives to synthetic insecticides. In these aspects, the work which we have done in our laboratory is a basic work which definitely will pave the way for developing some eco-friendly insecticide to contain this pest. And I'll be talking only about two pests now because of the positive time. One is sweet potato weevil, other one is mealybug. Mealybug, of course, in cassava as well as yams. First, come to the sweet potato. Its importance I do not stress here. Everyone knows it. And these soils, the major pest of sweet potato, the Silas formicaris, sweet potato weevil, it's a major pest. Usually, we used to keep pheromone trap as one of the components in insect pest management. Here you can see that when we keep the pheromone trap, hundreds or scores of males are attracted. Underline males only. It's a male attractant. It's a male attractant. And collecting all these males or annihilation of all these males, does it control the pest? Absolutely not. From our observation, what we found, because the reason is the sex ratio is not exactly 1:1. Our observation says that it is 1.1 is to 1.05. This is female dominated. So by keeping this pheromone trap in the field, and if you are able to collect this many males, that indicates more than these females are there in your field, and you have to take appropriate measures to contain it. And these pests are nocturnal in habit. They will be very active during night. So first, our objective was what time the pest is most active from dusk to dawn, which time it is more active. And these are a very feeble flyer. So how the vertical, how much it can go, these two aspects, first we try to tackle it. So we kept these pheromone traps in 5 plots, like these five plots. Lures are there, and this we kept early morning 4 o'clock, early morning 4 o'clock, and just like Dr. Arthur will for you, it's 4 o'clock probably now. And this trap, then every 2 hours interval, we collected the weevil and counted. This we continued 24 hours continuously. Like this, 4 o'clock we started, and you can see here, this is, every 2 hour intervals we collected like 5 a.m., 7 p.m., 9 p.m., like that, even midnight, 1 a.m., 3 a.m., like that. And the collected specimens were brought into the laboratory the same night and segregated and counted. Now this is repeated, and we got a wonderful result in the sense that the insect is more active between 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. This speaker, you can just ignore it. This is a spill, this is a surge only. Whenever you keep the trap, all the residue will be found, will be attracted into that. So this you can ignore it, and the insect is most active between 7 to 11 p.m. This is we repeated, and we got the same result. So now it is ensured its activity is more due between 9 to 11 p.m. and peak at 9 p.m. Now our objective was how the vertical its flight, how high it can fly. What we have done, the same pheromone trap we kept in 3 levels: one at ground level, second one meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, like that. And we found that whatever we kept at the ground level attracted more insects. And even 1 meter is okay, but 2 meter height it cannot fly. 3 meter, you just forget about it. Even 2 meters. So its flight range, its vertical flight range is maximum, you can say, to 1 meters. Now we realize the insect is very active between 7 to 11 p.m. and it can fly 1 meter maximum. Then we developed a device, electronic device, And we did, it's called insectigation. Along the water, the insecticides also pumped out. For that, the biopesticide, what Dr. Veena, the introduction we told about the biopesticide which we developed, it's and another variant we prepared and which we put into this tank and put a pump here. And this is connected to an electronic device here. Here we are able to program it. And this is programmed such a way that as the weevil is very active between 7 to 11 p.m. night, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock only it starts working. And this is connected, everything is connected. You can see here, these are the sprinklers kept around. Now it is completely, it is spraying is there between 7 to 11 p.m. And the periodical observation, what you have taken, we found that this insecticide, this type of application definitely disturbing the weevil population, mating as well as damage of the plant. This work is going on now. And another thing what we did, as a search of some green molecule, some green pesticide, we have, this is a PhD work of my student, Mrs. Sinsi. She has collected the microorganisms from different agroecological systems, and we found one strain of Beauveria bassiana is excellent in killing this pest. Like this, you can see here, this is the adult. Usually its longevity, this can live 90 to 120 days or average 100 days. But when it is infested by this Beauveria, you can see here how thickly populated here the spores of this one. So within 10 days, the insects could be killed. It curtailed its longevity from 120 to just 10 days. That is the beauty of this microorganism, Beauveria bassiana, one strain what we collected, we tested. Now the problem is how to apply this in the field. Two things are there. One is this is nocturnal in habit. It will come night only. Second, it's a flyer. So direct spraying upon the pest is something impossible. Then we discussed, we thought about it. Before that, what we have done is, you see, the entire body, you can see here, it is infested. And we have done its scanning electron microscopy, and we found that the spores are covered the entire body, the whole insect, head, lateral side, you can see wherever intersegmental regions are there, wherever flexibility is there, through that spore can go inside, ramify, make mycelium ramify, and within 9 days it will be killed. And we studied its spore count also. Even with 10 to the power of 1, the insects could be killed within 13 days, 100% mortality. This is 100% mortality, 10 to the power of 1. But in the case of 10 to the power of 6, within 9 days, complete mortality is there. Otherwise, this will live for 120 days or 100 days. So very effectively, we could curtail its longevity by applying this Beauveria. Now the problem is how to apply this insecticide in the field. Can we spray it? No, because it's a flyer, we cannot. There what we did it, we found the dead insect, the cadaver, when we just took one cadaver and different normal insects also will link together. Like 1:10, 1:25, 1:50, 1:100, 1:200, 1:400. This is a laboratory study, and we found that one infected cadaver can kill 100% at 1:200 range. Now this is we established later. Later what we did is we made a silo card. Silo card means Silas formicaris is the scientific name. That is why we call it silo card. In that card, in different numbers of the infected insects, we put it like this, and this we kept it in the field like this, along the pheromone trap. This is the pheromone lure. So what will happen is usually when we keep the pheromone trap in the field, at the bottom, we used to take either some insecticide or some soap solution to kill the trapped insects. Here something is different. No, we don't want to kill the trapped weevil, because one thing is that's a male attractant. So adult male and female will not make much harm to the crop because they will just feed only. The problem is The damage is mainly because of the female deposits egg after hatching, that grub only making all the problem. So male will not make much problem. So once the male is attracted into the trap, it will automatically contaminate with this spores and it goes back. When it mates with the female, the spores transfers and that will be killed. This work is going on. This is second thing. Next, our objective was, so the pheromone, it attracts only males. Why can't you search for some pheromone which attracts female also? Because the females are attracted towards the crop, the plant is producing a chemo signal as a oviposition stimulant. Is it possible I extract that one? We collected leaves, stem, everything, and using different solvents, right from polar to non-polar, different combination, we did it. Ultimately, we get one product, one chemical, that when we kept in the field, hundreds of people attracted. But the surprise is here that the weevils are also male, just like pheromone. So the question is plant able to produce a pheromone exactly like if the insect is producing? This is the question here. But if you look at in 1983, in the Nature, Gibson and Pickett, they have published one paper. They say that the mices perseek the aphid, the potato aphid, can be driven away by the plant producing an alarming pheromone. But in that case, the plant is producing the alarming pheromone just to drive away its enemy. But here, the plant is producing its own, what you call digging its own graveyard. What is the reason behind it? I had a different type. I had a lots of rounds of the discussion with international scientists who are working in the field of pheromone technology. And one of the answers, what I got it that this is not because of your chemical. It is the trap what you had used for this study had been using for some pheromone work. Probably that residue would be the reason for attracting the pest. So what I did, I've taken a separate container, separate arrangements like this, like arrangements like this. Those we are sterilized and made a trap and kept in the field. You can see here there are empty numbers of this one. And by using this one, I made a small movie also like this. You can see the small movie which I made. Yeah, this is the real culprit killing the plant, the grub. I mean, these are the others. Yeah, this is the chemical we extracted from the plant in a particular solvent. We are, yes, yeah, sorting to the cotton. Yeah, we made a trap just like pheromone trap. There's no pheromone, nothing except our chemical. You can see here, there is not even a single weevil nearby here when now. There is not even a single weevil nearby here. But after some time, after a few minutes, depending upon the wind velocity, you can see here how the insects are attracting towards that one. Yeah, we repeated the same experiment in several times and ensured the result. You can see how agile these insects are. But surprisingly, all are males. You can see the numbers. Now that was what about sweet potato weevil. Another pest what I wanted to say few
Sir,
words
sorry
about
to
is,
interfere. You'll be getting another 5 minutes.
enough, I can stop it even before that one. Then this is mealybug. I told about mealybug. So management of this mealybug by using insecticide, the insect what is available in the market, are unable to fully control this pest. What was the reason behind it? This mealybug, I have taken two mealybugs. One is Rhizicus amorphophilus, yam mealybug, and other one is cassava mealybug. This yam mealybug is seen in all arrowheads and everywhere you can see here at the time of storage, and also in the cassava field like this. So the complaint or the query what we got from the farmers are, whenever they use some insecticide, there is no absolute control, but little bit control is there. What is the reason? So what we did, we realized the reason is our first interest was in the biology. If you look at, after hatching, the young one moves around as a crawler that settles somewhere. From there, it produces the mealy substance. So we wanted to know whether mealy substance is produced by a particular region. Glands are situated in a particular region. To study this one, we have done the SEM photograph of this SEM, and we found this is produced from the entire body of this insect. And you can see here, once the shield is formed, once the system is formed, it is a complete protection giving to the younger one seeing inside that one. So insecticide, whatever available in the market, suppose when you apply it, those insecticides often fail to cut open this shield inside that one, and thus they fail to kill the adult. So realizing this one, and we did all the chemistry part, and now we realize what is the structure, what is the ultrastructure, and realizing from this, we have made one biopesticide by using this waste of cassava leaf and tuberane. It's a major waste, bio waste from that, by using a machinery designed by us and developed three biopesticides. Our Dr. Veena told, rightly told, Nanma, Menma, Shreya. This is local parlor names only. And if you just spray this Shreya biopesticide, just say biopesticide, you can see here these are the white patches, the mealy substance. Once it is applied, all the white mealy substance will be completely dissolved. You can see here now it is naked, completely naked. And one disadvantage also is there here, the applying Shreya. Shreya, it cannot kill the egg stages, because egg has got a very strong chorion. Through that, it cannot be free from what we did. No problem at all. You can just wait for one more week so that egg will hatch out, the young one will come out. So invariably, if Shreya is applied, next week, if you apply the other biopesticide, we can get complete control from this one. This is the beauty of this one. And this mealybug is a universal problem, and it affects almost all the crops. It's very difficult to control that one, but this biopesticide can be used wherever these mealybugs are there, because the principle is the same. And like this, we can use it. And I'm just going to conclude my talk. From this, my recommendation is this: the insectication techniques what we developed should be extensively validated, and the Beauveria bassiana, what we have isolated from the soil, should be coupled with the pheromone, and its efficacy should be studied. Then the chiramone molecule, which we isolate, should be characterized, and we should have some biotechnological approach to silence these genes which are responsible producing the chemo signal, so that we can arrest this one. And these are our team members. And thank you very much. Till there, Dr. Veena, for